Hi guys. Here I go. Taking my out of shape ass up this hill. Woo. Lord. Heads up to any creepy men that use this video to try to message people. I will block you. So if you're creepy, if you're unsure if your actions are creepy, they probably are. If you copy and paste the same message to 18 different women in the thread, you are creepy. If you use words like my penis in your comment, you are creepy. Men are welcome. We love them, we need them, we want them. We don't want creepy. So, again, I went through yesterday and blocked a bunch of people because people don't come watch Coffee Talk to be solicited. The weather in Alabama is misty, like I'm walking through a mister at Great Adventure. We had torrential downpour last night. Torrential. Michael and I flew in from New Jersey to Atlanta and then drove, and God was with us because it did not rain at all while we were driving. And then as soon as we got to Olivia's soccer game, hi Rob, the skies opened up. And the lightning was crazy. There's flash flooding everywhere. And of course, today's the day that they're starting work on our pool. So it's basically going to be poltergeist back there. Okay? But this morning is already late for me. I'm supposed to be walking into the office right now. I am instead walking up my hill. I'm wet. I've not showered. I'm running so far behind. And it leads me to the conversation I want to have with you. Oftentimes when I am distracted and my thoughts are heavy and I find myself lost in thought, or one big sign for me that that I need to do this one thing I'm about to tell you about is if I listen to the same song on repeat. Did you ever find that you have the same song that invokes a certain emotion and you just keep listening to it over and over and over again? So this morning I was walking and I was thinking, and I suddenly looked up and realized that I had been listening to the same song on repeat for about 30 minutes. Okay? My thoughts were so heavy, and heavy doesn't always mean bad or sad. It just means heavy. It means a lot. Sometimes life is heavy. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's not blessed. It doesn't mean you're sad or depressed. It just means it's a lot to fucking carry. If you go to Nordstrom or Saks or whatever and you buy 15 pairs of shoes, those bags are going to be heavy. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's great. You got new shoes. But the shit is heavy. Sometimes your thoughts are just heavy. Sometimes your blessings are heavy. Sometimes you are walking through life like, Lord, I am so blessed. This shit is heavy. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's a lot. I'm out in the rain in my beautiful neighborhood. Like, my life is heavy. It's full. And I was just thinking, and the song was playing over and over and over again. And I looked up and I was like, is it 9:30? Because is my phone still on New Jersey time? Because I'm supposed to be walking into work right now. It cannot be 9:30, but guess what it is? And you know what that means? It means that I need to do this one thing. It means I need to carve out time to daydream. Okay? Your brain is an organ. Okay? Your brain is an organ. You know how they tell you to walk or run because it's good for your heart? So you walk or you run or you exercise. Your brain is also an organ. And sometimes your brain needs to just daydream. Your brain needs to just fantasize. It needs to think about the what ifs. It needs to think about the life plans, the sex you used to have, the shoes you want but you're not ready to buy yet. You gotta carve out time for your brain. Otherwise, you get lost in thought. You can't make sense of anything. And we don't do that enough for ourselves. We don't. We don't do that enough for ourselves. And we don't do that enough for our brains. You know, we want to eat right, we want to exercise for our hearts, but what are we doing for our brains? All our brains want is to be full of hope and positivity and inspiration and God and poetry and visual, like things we like, and clothes and food and whatever. And we rob our brain of that. We fill it full of worrying. We fill it full of the what ifs and what am I forgetting to do, and what do I need to do later, and what's on my calendar for today, and what do I need to pick up, and what did I forget? And the brain is always going, can I get a little love? Can I just get a little love? Our brains do so much for us. They carry such a heavy load. Can't you make 30 minutes in your day, 30 minutes to just let your mental health breathe? Just allow yourself to fantasize, whatever it is. Anyway, I think it's really important. And I know that times are hard and the world has always been uneasy. The world has always been uneasy. It wasn't any easier in the 80s with Reagan and the Cold War. It wasn't easier in the 60s with Kennedy and Cuba. We've always had uncertain times. We've always had presidents people hated. They dealt with polio, measles, this, that, fucking whatever. When Olivia was young, she had the swine flu. I thought she was dying. There's never been a time ever from the biblical times that this world has been easy, that we have had a break globally. There is no such thing. So stop waiting. It may have been simpler for you because you were a child and you didn't know about the Cold War or something like that, or you were too young to understand what was happening with AIDS or the war on drugs or the Black Panthers or whatever, because you were 8 and the biggest thing for you was Cabbage Patch Kids and Garbage Pail Kids, which was basically me, by the way. I'm just saying, you can't put your mental health off. You got to put some love in your brain. You got to give it time. It's like recess. Your brain needs recess. Your brain needs recess. You got to give your brain a time to play. To play. And that's not scrolling Instagram. And that's not online shopping. That is fantasizing. That is getting lost in thought. That is pretending you're living another life. That is you're Cameron Diaz and you're in a British cottage that Kate Winslet used to live in, and you're having sex with Jude Law, and you're just going to run away from your life, and then you're going to come back and go, God, that was fun. I gave myself 30 minutes to just go to recess. Make some time for yourself. Don't feel guilty about it. Read a book. Yes, read a book. Can you adopt me? I can, actually. I would love that. If you're younger than me. If you're under 44, almost 45. But if you're older than me, I probably can't adopt you because you might want my husband, and I'm not good with that. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I love you. I've missed you. I'm glad to be home. I'm about to get ready for work. I'm so late. 27, you're in. Hannah, you live with me now. I love you guys.